Human rights groups have accused the Azerbaijani government of using COP29 to suppress environmental activists and political opponents. This marks the third consecutive year that a host country for the climate summit has been accused of restricting protests and curtailing legal rights. Climate Action Network, a coalition of nearly 2,000 climate organizations, stated that protecting civil society is vital for achieving progress on climate change. The Azerbaijani government denies these allegations and claims it does not hold political prisoners. Global leaders are meeting in Azerbaijan to discuss climate change solutions. Rights organizations have called for a review of the criteria used to select host countries for the climate summit. They highlighted an increase in the number of environmental prisoners of conscience in Azerbaijan. Natalia Nozadze from Amnesty International stated that opposition to the government has become more challenging since Azerbaijan was named as the host for COP29. The Union for Freedom of Political Prisoners in Azerbaijan stated that the number of political prisoners has exceeded 300 for the first time since the early 2000s. The prisoners include journalists, environmental activists, and political opponents. Gubad Ibadoglu, a 53-year-old professor at London's LSE, researches Azerbaijan's oil and gas sectors and environmental issues. In the summer of 2023, he was arrested on fraud charges and remains under house arrest more than a year later. His daughter has appealed to UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer for assistance in securing his release. Ibadoglu stated that authoritarian governments often detain individuals who can influence public opinion. Anar Mamadli was arrested in April on smuggling charges, 2 months after co-founding a group advocating for Azerbaijan to align with the Paris Agreement. Environmental activists are urging Azerbaijan to reduce its dependence on oil and gas, which finance 60% of its budget. On Tuesday, President Ilham Aliyev described oil and gas as a gift of God during the COP29 conference. Bashir Suleimanli, a friend of Mamadli, stated that COP29 is failing to provide an open and inclusive platform for climate action. Nazim Beydamirli, 61, was sentenced to 8 years in prison in October for extortion. He was arrested after protesting gold mining operations near his village.